Hey there, fellow explorer. Ready to dive into the heart of Cambodia? We're talking 48 hours in Phnom Penh, guided by Justin Jen's awesome travel blog.
48 hours? That's ambitious.
Right.
But doable. It's all about maximizing your time, especially if, big cities aren't usually your thing.
Okay.
Which is interesting because that's exactly how Justin feels.
Right, and that's what makes this deep dive so cool. Justin isn't usually a big city person, but they believe Phnom is crucial to understanding Cambodia.
Yeah.
Their blog isn't just about hitting the tourist spots. It's about connecting with the history to really grasp the present-day energy of the place.
I love that. It speaks to that craving for meaningful travel, wouldn't you say? We don't just want to see the sights. We want experiences that stay with us, that deepen our understanding. And what better place to dive deep than a city shaped by such a complex past?
Okay, so get this. You ready? The blog mentions that Phnom Penh gets mixed reviews.
Interesting.
Some love it, some not so much.
That's intriguing. It begs the question, what is it about Phnom Penh that goes beyond those surface-level impressions? What are those hidden gems, those unexpected moments that make a city tick? That's what we're here to unearth, right?
Absolutely. But first, let's talk practicalities.
Okay.
Justin recommends carrying a mix of US dollars and Cambodian riel.
Right.
They also have this great tip about ATMs, which, get this, often dispense large USD bills.
Can you imagine trying to pay for street food with a $100 bill? Talk about a rookie move. That's the kind of insider advice that can save you a lot of hassle.
For sure.
Justin also mentions dressing modestly, not just for temples and religious sites, but generally as a sign of respect.
So it's not just about following rules, but understanding the cultural context, right? Which is interesting because they don't spend a lot of time talking about cultural nuances.
And this is where your deep dive comes in handy, right?
I like it.
That focus on cultural sensitivity is super important, especially in Southeast Asia, where customs and traditions are deeply ingrained.
Yeah?
It's all about approaching travel with humility and respect.
Totally. All right, so day one.
Okay.
Brace yourself, because it's a heavy one.
Oh.
We're talking about the Tuol Sleng Genocide Museum and the Choang Ek killing fields.
This is where that meaningful travel we talked about really comes into play.
Yes.
These places are intense, no doubt, but they offer such a powerful understanding of Cambodia's journey.
Exactly. Justin's blog really stresses that. They say, understanding the Khmer Rouge, Pol Pot, and the country's turbulent past is crucial if you want to truly appreciate the energy and resilience of Cambodia today.
It's about recognizing the weight of history without letting it overshadow the vibrancy of the present.
Yeah.
It's about honoring the memory of those who suffered while celebrating the spirit of those who rebuilt.
And Justin suggests exploring both sites independently with audio guides.
Oh, interesting.
They say it allows for a more personal experience.
There's a certain power in moving at your own pace, especially in such somber locations.
For sure.
It lets you process the experience in your own way, which can be really powerful.
And after such a heavy day, Justin wraps up day one on a slightly lighter note, an evening by the beautifully illuminated Royal Palace, and a visit to Phnom Penh's unique night market.
Because we need a little balance, right? So tell me, what makes this night market so unique?
Well, it's not your typical tourist trap hawking souvenirs.
Okay.
The blog says it's more about clothing, jewelry, and an incredible communal food area.
Okay, now that sounds like an experience. I'm already picturing myself there soaking in the atmosphere, trying all the delicious food.
Me too. Sounds like the perfect way to decompress after a day of heavy reflection. All right, ready for day two in Phnom Penh. Justin's blog describes it as a mix of culture and local flair.
Oh, good mix. I like it.
Yeah, you're exploring those iconic landmarks while also tapping into the city's unique energy. And I think this part of the itinerary speaks directly to our listener who thrives on uncovering hidden gems.
Absolutely.
100%. And they kick off day two with something I think you'll appreciate. Boutique shopping on Street 240.
Ooh, tell me more. I do love a good boutique, especially when they prioritize ethical practices.
Well, that's exactly what Justin highlights.
Good.
They emphasize how these boutiques support local artisans, so you're not just buying souvenirs, you're contributing directly to the local economy.
Now, that's what I call mindful travel. It's so important to consider the impact of our purchases, even when we're on vacation.
Right.
And this aligns perfectly with that growing trend of conscious consumerism, seeking out businesses that align with our values.
Right. It's all connected.
Yeah.
And speaking of mindful exploration, from ethical shopping, we move on to the grandeur of the Royal Palace.
Ooh, a must-see in Phnom Penh. I bet it gets pretty crowded, though.
You know it.
Yeah.
But Justin suggests a clever workaround. Visit during the less crowded afternoon slot.
Smart.
They say it's a great way to avoid those massive tour groups and really soak in the atmosphere.
Love that tip. It's
Yeah.
not just about checking off the landmark, it's about maximizing the experience, right?
Yeah.
Being present in those moments.
And after immersing ourselves in the regal splendor of the royal palace, Justin takes us to the National Museum of Cambodia.
Okay.
They say it's like a crash course in Cambodian art and history.
And a perfect primer for exploring the ancient temples of Angkor, which Justin mentions later in their blog.
Yes.
You know, seeing those artifacts up close helps you connect with the historical context even more deeply when you visit those awe-inspiring temples.
like a preview for the main event. And after a day of shopping, palaces, and museums, Justin winds down day 2 with a stroll along the Phnom Penh riverfront.
There's just something so grounding about being by the water.
For sure.
It's a great way to watch the city come alive and observe those everyday rhythms of life.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes the most profound travel memories come from those simple moments of observation.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
And speaking of creating unforgettable moments, Justin suggests toasting the end of day 2 with sunset cocktails.
Nice.
They specifically recommend Juniper Gin Bar for its killer city views, or the rooftop bar at Penthouse Hotel, which is where they stayed.
Sunset with a view, you can't go wrong. Honestly, either option sounds incredible.
Yep.
It's a perfect way to slow down, savor the beauty around you, and create those lasting memories.
Yeah.
I'm curious, though, Justin didn't seem super enthusiastic about the nightlife.
Right.
Did they say anything else about that?
You're right. Now that you mention it, Justin does say the nightlife in Phnom Penh is a little quiet,
Yeah.
unless you're into, shall we say, the red light district scene, which wasn't their vibe.
Right.
They did mention that the rooftop bars were hopping, though.
Of course.
But for those who want to linger a little longer in this captivating city, Justin's got a few more tricks up their sleeve.
Oh!
They have a whole section on what they call optional activities.
Oh.
Perfect for those with a little extra time.
Optional activities. Music to a traveler's ears. What hidden gems did they unearth for us?
Ooh, they mention a Silk Island bike tour, which sounds incredible.
Wow.
There's also a sunset cruise and a street food tour for the culinary adventurers out there.
Okay, you're speaking my language with that bike tour.
Right.
Imagine cycling through those lush landscapes, feeling the breeze on your face, and then getting a first-hand glimpse into the traditional art of silk weaving.
So cool.
That's an experience you wouldn't forget. It really embodies that desire for authentic cultural immersion. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely, though those experiences do come at a cost.
Yeah.
Justin does mention that Phnom Penh can be a bit pricier than other parts of Cambodia, especially if you factor in those must-visit museums.
That's a great point, especially for our budget-conscious listeners.
For sure.
But I always say it's about balance, right? Those museums are an investment in understanding, but there are plenty of affordable ways to experience the city's magic, like those vibrant street food markets.
Right.
It all comes down to prioritizing what matters most to you as a traveler.
Prioritize and personalize. I love that.
Yeah.
That's great advice for any trip, really.
Totally.
Well, we certainly covered a lot of ground here, from those poignant historical sites to the bustling markets, the serene riverside, and even a glimpse into ethical shopping.
You did.
Justin's blog has given us a really well-rounded taste of Phnom Penh, wouldn't you say?
I completely agree. Yeah, we've uncovered practical tips, explored deeper reflections, and really captured that balance of history and modern-day vibrancy that defines Phnom Penh.
I agree.
It's clear that by understanding the city's past, visitors can more fully appreciate the energy of the present.
100%.
But if I can leave our listener with one final thought, it's this. Justin's personal travel style clearly shines through in this itinerary. It's a reminder that every journey is unique, and the most fulfilling adventures are the ones we tailor to our own pace and passions.
Such a powerful reminder. So, to our listeners out there, as you plan your own Phnom Penh adventure, remember to make it your own.
Safe travels and happy exploring.